I think it looks good. I think she's definitely too tall, and in some spaces she feels cheap. Wow, I can't twist the wings to have them up too much. That's a disappointment. But this can swing around. But hey guys, welcome back to the YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately destroy the value of our figures and free them for their plastic and cardboard prisons. Finally, I found this Hawkgirl. I've been waiting forever and a day, and finally got her. I have no idea which one of these Hawkgirls it is, but I'm happy to have one in the collection. So, let's take her to the table. Alrighty, so we have Hawkgirl over here. I believe this is Kendra Saunders? I can't pronounce it. I'm not gonna try. Because it's Hawkgirl. I at least wanted some representation of Hawkgirl on my shelf, especially since I have a form of Hawkman and the Batman Who Laughs. So I just wanted some wing characters, and there she is. We all grew up off of the Justice League cartoon, and you know, feel like she was lacking in my collection. The box is a standard McFarlane box, nothing new under the sun, and it looks fine. I like the picture of her in the back. It looks fine. The figure itself isn't quite that accurate to the photo because this body mold was clearly reused from somewhere else. But it works. It works for what I'm planning to do for it. So, without more to do or say, let's open up Hawkgirl. That's right, her plastic. Here is the only thing keeping McFarlane up, and the card we don't want. Most people complain about McFarlane stands because they're so basic, but I don't know, I've grown to love them. Not every figure we get nowadays comes with stands, and it's nice to have spare stands. Here's the file card that no one cares about. There we go, there's Hawkgirl. I have her on two stands because she's a little bit heavy. But there she is. Now, for the most part, this Kendra Saunders, it doesn't matter. Looks pretty good. I like the color choices. I like the head sculpt. I like that they went back. I say back. I like that they used these wings. You're gonna see these look like the Batman Who Laughs wings, and I'm happy they used those other than the Hawkman wings, which I believe was a Spawn wing initially. But I really do prefer these wings. I'm loving these boots. They actually have some texture on them, so it's not just complete reuse. She does feel and look tall. So, you know, that might be a thing. But for the most part, she's an amazing looking figure. Let's get into her accessories. Here's her file card again. Obviously, she has the stand that she's standing on. Here's her mace with the nth metal. And here's her action pose hands, which I'm absolutely loving that she comes with. Because you can definitely use these for some dynamic poses. Here's a trigger holding hand, obviously used for her mace and a fist, which I love that it came with a fist. She comes with another trigger hand and another fist hand on the opposite sides on herself. So for the most part, I'm liking what this figure comes with. Obviously, we wish for more, but, you know, I'm happy that she comes with this. Let's go back to the figure. Okay, well, she doesn't come with many accessories, just hands. So, this is all loosey-goosey, which I do not like. But there's her holding her mace. It'll hold up for now, but over time, that definitely is going to fall. It's definitely loose. Other trigger hand for all the weapons will be using. Fist hand. And some open hands. Let's do this. Let's see if I can't. That looks good. I do like that. Alrighty. Now that we got her accessories out the way, let's look at articulation. Let's see how she moves. Now this body looks almost like just Wonder Woman for 1-to-1, so she is a little bit taller, but she can kick up that high. Double jointed. Can kick her butt. Nope, because her legs are too tall. There's technically boot swivel. I guess ankle swivel. And standard ankle rocker. Toe. I do like these ridges. Just different, but it doesn't look like the box art. The box art, she has this weird thing on it, which they try to draw, but they didn't quite get into it. And they did not do here. So, you know, that's a flaw. She can do a full split. Ball joint at the bottom. Ball joint at the top. And this diaper, in comparison to the other figures, this one's pretty bad. Because clearly you move it in a direction and it's easily seeable. Arms moves all the way around. Kind of has the same issue as up top. There's just not enough material up there, so, you know, doesn't look the greatest. Bicep swivel doesn't move the greatest. I don't know. It's a little bit terrible, that arm. I don't know what McFarlane was doing. And see, like again, this is not in here. Double jointed, which is ugly. And let's go again. Look at the wrist. Look at the hands. This does not look like this character at all. Even the mace isn't painted correctly. Is this supposed to be a different Hawkgirl altogether? Her wings are connected in with the weird joint that connects into the arm. So these wings are interlocked. They're not popping out. That's for sure. So be careful. If they break, they break. But these should move all the way around. And these are on a ball joint, so no. Okay. There's a twist there, but the wing ain't, you gotta turn. Wow. I can't twist the wings to have them up too much. That's a disappointment. But this can swing around, but I guess she's not having her wings rest too much. It's a little bit disappointing. The head is the typical McFarlane ball. It's fine. So even these are just like an overlay piece, and it does not look good. I don't know what was up with the McFarlane team, but this figure, the more I mess with it, the more I'm kind of getting a little bit disappointed. Which I definitely don't want to, but feels like I am. Well, coming back in the future here, I realized that I forgot to show some of this core. Now, for the most part, this core is loose, so she can bend back quite a bit. Probably with the help of these wings, because she's really heavy. And she can crunch in that, if I can get it to stay, that much. There ain't much crunch. And those wings just, move. So, she ain't got no core, but it's McFarlane, so there ain't much core in any of their figures. So, there we go. We have Hawkgirl. And what is Hawkgirl if she doesn't have Hawkman right next to her? Now, as you see both of them, they kind of fit with each other, which semi-works. He's a little bit too realistic. I like the more realistic ones because I kind of wanted him to be more of an alien than I did want him to be a comic book character. It kind of just, it works in the collection, at least with the height. But as you can tell, like, the heads really just don't match up, which that's more my fault. That's not McFarlane's because, she has these bright colors and everything. So maybe the other Hawkgirl I couldn't find was more realistic. They did a good job on Hawkman. I just have a problem with the wings. I love the wings that are on her, but the wings that are on him is very much just gigantic statues. Wings. And I don't have this spawn out right now, but as you can tell, they're the same wings from that spawn. I can't remember the name of it. Ravager, whatever. I much prefer these wings over these. But I feel like these figures can both stand up next to each other, which is, the main part I got them for. Kind of works. If he wasn't a good looking figure, I wouldn't have got her. But let's talk about a much better winged character who's probably clearly undersized. Batman Who Laughs. As you can tell, these wings are these. But I absolutely love these wings. I do not like the way they made these made these internal wings compared to the simple ball joint. Because let's move her out the way for now. You can get these wings in this type of pose. Or this type of pose. With her, it very much seems like you're not turning these. These are embedded. So she can do this, and her wings can do this. But her wings are not going down, which is a little bit disappointing. Kind of wish you just made a different female buck wing things than try to reuse this. That's all I really gotta say. Alrighty, since we're done with scaling her with other McFarlane winged characters, both of them in my collection, let's see how she matches up. She's a little bit taller than 7 inches. She's about 7 1/4, which is fine. She definitely feels like she's using a Wonder Woman buck. Shoulder to shoulder, she's about 2 inches. And let's be honest. Let's see how much wing space she's going to take up. That wing space, 14 inches. So, it's better than an angel figure. Sorry, I meant Archangel. And for the most part, it holds up. Yes, I have her pegged in at the bottom, but, most McFarlane figures You kind of have to peg in for them to stand out. Alright, let's do some scale. First up, NECA Turtle, followed by McFarlane Spawn. Oh, they look good. It's starting to get windy out here, so she's probably going to fall. Loyal Subjects Aang. That took forever. SH Figure Arts Naruto. Definitely dwarfing people, that's for sure. G.I. Joe Classified Series. Star Wars Black Series. Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends. Spider-Man. For the most part, her height, she's tall. She feels tall even for McFarlane figures. What else can I say about this Hawkgirl? I think it looks good. I think she's definitely too tall. And in some spaces, she feels cheap. She doesn't match this picture, which makes me go, what type of Hawkgirl is she anyway? She has the head, but I don't know. I don't like these that don't match these. But I guess it's fine. I do prefer these wings over the Hawkman ones I showed you earlier. I think the figure looks good. I don't like how there's this line in here. I kind of feel like this figure suffers from let me get some reuse in as as much as possible wherever I can. I'm like, these boots look good, but like these legs are too long. And it just makes her feel, I don't know, unproportionate. But for more reviews like this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Might be a little bit down on this figure, just a tad bit, but I do like this figure. She's going to make an amazing Hawkgirl on my shelf.